me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with the touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Chaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Gaiskar, and Enzo.
Fire, peace. 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and this is the Rule of Three here on Chaos Central. It's another 3 topics, another 3 minutes, and 3 minutes of complete agreement or maybe chaos. You never know. It just depends on what the topic is, I think. While I'm doing some tweeting out and stuff, I will let you guys go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll start with you, Enzo. Tell everybody about yourself, your channel, and what you're up to lately, please.
Yes, what's up, guys? You know the channel, Biggaford Entertainment, Chaos List, Chaos Conversation, Rule of Three, OOC later on tonight, right after this. You know, do watch parties and all that stuff, man. It's a pleasure to be on with these guys once again. So can't wait to get it started.
Awesome. Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
What up, what up, what up? This is Danny, aka Comic Chat. My show, Chaotic Conversation. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, just trying to put out good content. Thanks for being on the show. I watch What If today. Can't wait to see that, be on that show Sunday, discuss that. And I hope it's one of the questions that come up tonight. So, ready for it.
Awesome. And I am Chris Knight. Of course, the Real Review 3000 is my channel. And here we go, guys. Really simple concept. We got 9 topics on the wheel. We get 3 minutes each to discuss whatever topic comes up on that wheel. And then we discuss it for 3 minutes together. And those topics can be either pop culture, current events, or sports. Trying to add a little bit of flair. We did that a few months ago. We started that up, and it seems to be doing pretty damn well. I like it. So first off, let's say hi to Commander Data. Hello, Yvette and David. Guys, please do me a favor. Share out this stream. It's always appreciated. Here it is. This is the wheel, and we're going to spin it right now, and I will turn that down. Sorry, I always forget how loud it can get. Oh, Danny dropped. There he is.
It's all good.
There you are. All right. COVID numbers are still going up. Do you think we will ever get rid of the bug, or is it here to stay? That is the topic. Did you hear me, Danny?
Yes.
All right, cool. Who would like to go first?
I'll go.
All right, we'll let you go. We got to go. Oh, wrong thing. That's me. 3 minutes on the board. Your time starts now, Enzo.
Okay, so yeah, last time I checked, especially here because I'm in Canada, right? For those of you that don't know, numbers last couple of weeks have went up. September, we're starting the COVID passport, which basically means, you know, you can't go to any social gatherings without proving that you've been vaccinated. I'm beginning to think that we're probably never going to get rid of this thing. And I understand that we're trying to figure out ways to now maybe live with it and stuff. I just personally don't agree with the passport stuff. It's kind of ridiculous to me. We've tried so many things, man. Lockdowns. We've had curfew over here. Still numbers keep going up. So at this point, I don't know what else to do. I really don't know what else to do. I go to the stores, I wear my mask, I make sure I follow the rules, wash my hands and everything. I was fortunate enough to never catch this virus, but I know people that have. There was a woman in my building that had it, you know, and it's bad for certain people, right? It's killing a lot of people as well. We also got these new fucking variants coming around now, the Delta, Llama, or whatever the hell they are called. So
Yeah.
at this point, I don't know, man. At this point, I'm just like, this is something that got pushed out on the world. It's a new virus that's gonna be around for a long time. I don't think there's ever gonna be a way to stop it, especially if we're not following the rules that they're putting in place to do so, right? But then again, also, people are questioning the fact that are these rules actually helping as well? So it's a kind of fucking hard situation to deal with. But I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm still iffy about getting the vaccination. Spoke with someone on Facebook the other day who was like into that kind of field, and man, they were just saying it takes way too long to make vaccinations, and he didn't want to take it either. So I don't know, man. I think we're here to stay. I just think we need to figure out certain ways to protect ourselves and make sure that we protect other people. That's the only way, because all these lockdowns and all these passports and all this shit that they've been putting in, the numbers are still going up. Like, maybe not as rapidly as they were before, but they're still going up. So at the end of the day, this is something that we may just have to live with. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that for sure. All right, Danny, 3 minutes. Go.
Yeah, I'm kind of perplexed, like Enzo. I don't know if this is gonna be the new normal or not. God, I hope not, because I mean, it would suck to constantly have to take shots, and boosters, and all that stuff, and have your traveling restricted. You can't do this, can't do that. To me, it seems like this very the amendments that they try to defend so hard is that the country is just throwing them out the window. The world is throwing them out the window. I know all the world don't follow the United States Constitution, but it sure seems like other things that people are trying to infringe on the Constitution and people will cry bloody murder. Now they just falling in line with this. Like they don't have a problem with it. So specifically, New York. I mean, they like restricting everybody. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't go to any social functions. Can't go to any restaurants if you don't have that card. So I mean, it look like some kind of new world order shit or something going on. I don't understand it. It's kind of scary. If you believe in the Bible and stuff, man, this looks like stuff that the Bible talks about. So I mean, I don't know. I'm in total agreement with Enzo. I do not want to take the virus. I do not want to take the vaccine because I don't know what it's going to do short term or long term. I know they say trust the science, trust the medicine and stuff, but I just don't. I don't. And when I have that feeling in my gut or that sensation saying I don't know, it has served me well in the past. So until I absolutely positively have to take it, I don't think I'm going to take it. Me and my wife have discussed this a couple times. I think she's kind of leaning towards, but I'm like, Jeannie, if you don't have to take it, don't take it. I mean, you don't have to go anywhere. I mean, we want to travel. We have plans of going to Canada next year, but I don't know if I'm going to travel or be able to if that's the price I got to pay. I don't feel comfortable about this at all. Maybe if they took a little bit longer to develop it, but why I got to keep taking it? I think I heard someone on the news today. Every 8 months, you got to take a booster. Something just don't sound right to me with that. So I don't have faith in that yet. So, but hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this thing will go away like it came. I wish it would, but for now, this is the new normal. So we just have to prepare ourselves and just do as best we can to try to social distance, wear a mask, wash your hands, do everything you can in your power to prevent from contracting it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
All right. Quick question to both of you.
Yep.
What should the vaccine do?
Anything that I'm leery of because they said the vaccine rewrites your DNA. That right there alone.
That doesn't work. That's not how it works.
It's scary. Well, that's how it's been described. That it does.
Your DNA can't be rewritten once it's done.
Well, it teaches or changes or
it trains your body like every other vaccine in the world. But okay, here my point to this is this: it's a virus. It doesn't go anywhere. Colds, the flu, COVID, all the variants. People have to understand the vaccine has been developed, been worked on for well over 20 years because the COVID virus, or it's a variant. What we have right now is a variant of a variant of a variant. SARS was a part of this. All of this stuff. It doesn't go anywhere. What it does is when enough people get vaccinated, it helps control it. Because less people get it, or if you do get it, you don't get it as bad. It doesn't mean you'll never get it, and I think that's a problem. Is that some people don't understand that it isn't something that's going to just go away. It never will go away. A virus always stays around. It goes dormant. It isn't as bad 1 year. The flu vaccine, for instance, is changed every 8 months or so. So this is not anything different. I think the thing is because it was done in a different way than normal, because normally it's based off of egg embryos.
If it's not that different, then why are they putting the full court press on the whole world? They're not doing that for the
because it took. Here's the thing: this variant, or now we're on a multitude of variants of it. This particular COVID variant spreads quickly, even quicker than a cold per se. But it's not much different than a cold. It's just the difference is the colds have been around for eons, and this is just starting this particular one. And so it took over. It's like the flu did in the 1900s. I mean, there were less people on the earth, but it still took the earth. It was horrible. And it always takes a push with something new to get people on a regimen to understand that we have a vaccine for it. And that's what the flu vaccine, for years and years and years, the flu vaccine has been given out. Now, I think because of how long it's been out and how long it's been given out, that the human body just kind of understands the flu a little better. The idea here is the full court press. And once people have either decided to get it or not get it, and we get enough people doing it over enough period of time that you can back off on it. And I think that's the thing. None of us were alive in the 1900s when they were literally begging and pleading everybody to get it, because it would just, if you walked in the room and somebody had the flu, everybody got it then. But it's here to stay. I mean, that's no doubt. It's here to stay. It's just, how do we as a people begin to understand it and live with it? I think right now there's a lot of stupid stuff going on here. Let's just get into the 3 minutes here. I think there's a lot of stupid stuff going on. I don't think that they should force it on you. I don't think any employer should, but they have a right to. They're a private entity. They have a right to. Restaurants have a right to insist that you show that you're vaccinated. That's their right. Now, it's your right as a consumer to not go to those places. Mm-hmm. So right now, it's just so new that everybody's sitting here kind of just bumbling about, trying to figure out, okay, well, when can we go back to what we know? And at some point, the human body is going to understand this virus like it understands so many other viruses. And you'll be walking, 30 years from now, you'll be walking down the street talking to somebody. Yeah, I had COVID last week. I mean, that's literally what it's going to come down to. I had the flu last week. That's why you didn't see me. That's what I believe.
I can kind of agree with you on certain things, and then I can kind of agree with Donnie, because this fucking shit that they're trying to force on people is getting ridiculous. But I think it's not that. Yeah, it is transmitted quicker than the cold. But it's also the fact that you don't really know for 14 days unless you have it. And I think that's the biggest issue, right? So you can go a few days. I don't know if the numbers changed, but from the start it was 14 days, right? So you could have it in your system for 14 days. You can be giving it to people and never know. I think that's the biggest issue with it. But my thing is, you're forcing this vaccine on people who may not want to take it, or you're telling them, well, if you don't take it, you can't go here and you can't go there. And I think that's a violation of people's rights.
Well, I don't know about in Canada. All I know is in the United States, no government is saying you can't go here. No
New
public
York saying
building.
that, Chris. New York is
No.
saying-
Listen, then if the public if government buildings are doing that, that's against the law. They cannot keep you out of a government building. A private entity, if I own a restaurant and I say I don't want you here unless you're vaccinated, I have every right in the world to do it. It goes under the right to refuse for as long as that right does not go against your religious beliefs, your race, your sex, any of that stuff. As long as it does not, in the United States, I'm going to make sure I reiterate that. So whatever they're doing in New York, if they're keeping you out of a public building, when I say public, I mean something that is government run, that is paid for by taxpayers, they cannot legally keep you out of that building, vaccinated or not, because there is no mandate that says you must get vaccinated. And so I would have to look at exactly what New York's doing. New York might be saying to businesses, require people to show you vaccine. They might be asking them to, but that does not mean that they can mandate it. They cannot mandate it in a public place. So I don't know about that. I know I've heard about some stuff, but I don't know about that. The Raiders said, no shot, no entry, but no worries. They will have people out front shooting you up. Yeah. Mio said that. Actually, yes, you can, Jason Lee Tucker. It says, but 8 HIPAA laws. HIPAA laws do not prevent you from showing your medical records. What it does is it prevents people from getting your medical records. So if I ask you to show it and you refuse to show it, which you have every right to, I have a right to refuse you to come into my business. HIPAA laws are very, very misunderstood. I mean, there's so much to this, and I'm not going to get on anybody who feels one way about this because I don't think that there's any right answer. I don't think governments should be forcing a vaccine as hard as they are because I think that makes it more skeptical. And Danny and Enzo, you may not know about it, Enzo. I don't know because you're from Canada, but you probably have heard about the Tuskegee Airmen. Yeah, 60 years after the Tuskegee Airmen did what they did in World War II, it came out that they were being used as lab rats for different vaccines and different shots and other things like that. It came out that they were doing that, and it has been something that minorities have fought in the past where they were used as lab rats. So anytime the government forces or pushes so hard, I think it's harder to sell it. If I'm sitting there and I'm a used car salesman and I'm on you, I will not let you leave my site. I am up on you. Oh, you like that car? Oh, no, this car or this car? It makes me want to leave. I don't want to buy that car. I don't want to buy anything from that asshole because leave me the fuck alone and let me do what I want to do. Let me look at the cars I want to look at. And if I need your help, I'll come and ask you. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with the vaccine. If they want to get the vaccine out there, they need to provide the right literature so people can find out about it. Make some good YouTube videos or some good documentaries about it and show exactly how it was produced, and then let people make that decision. You cannot force morality. You cannot force people to do something, and trying to force them only makes them more skeptical of that. So, there's no, Enzo, you're absolutely right. There's just no easy answer on this. It is here. It will never go away. It may not be something we have to deal with a lot.
Like a scare campaign to me, so I'm taking it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I don't disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting. I got it. I didn't have any major issues. I had an elevated temperature after the second one and some chills that night, and then I went back to work. So, I mean, I don't feel weird. I don't feel like I lost anything. I just,
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll move on to the next topic. I mean, that's a great topic, though, there. I think, Anzo, that was yours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we'll be talking about this for years. I mean, until something is more understood about it. All right. Well, Star Wars for you. I know that Ahsoka is still kind of in the air, but I think it is going to be shot. I think they've greenlit it fully. But Ezra and Thrawn have been rumored to be casted for the Ahsoka series. Are we excited for this, or are you excited for this? And who would like to go first?
I'll go.
Danny?
Yep.
Good.
All right. Hold on. 3 minutes on the board, and your time starts now.
This is news that I'm hearing this, but I am not. I'm not sure they're going to do that. I wish they would do that because I guess it'd be a continuation from Rebels, which I think is outstanding animation by Star Wars. They've only did a good job in that. It would make sense because if you watch Rebels, then you know that Ezra and Thrawn is in the far regions of space with those space elephants that can teleport them way out there in the outer regions where no, I guess, man has ever traveled before. And then we see that Sabine and what's her name?
Which one?
The Jedi, the girl.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, Ahsoka.
Okay.
Ahsoka and Sabine are going after the child hunt and find them. So, if Ahsoka and Sabine was able to find them and bring them back, or we see them trying to making it back, or because from what I've read, what I understand, Thrawn really was kind of forced into being on the Empire. It's not nothing that he really wanted to do. It was either do that or his people were going to get slaughtered. So the Emperor knew that he had such a high intellect and was this strategist and stuff. So he kind of blackmailed him, kind of forced his hand. So it would be cool to see exactly how Thrawn thinks now that the Emperor is no longer a problem. If they show them on the Ahsoka show, that would be awesome. I need to get a good actor though that can pull it off because Thrawn is very stoic and very cool customer. I think he's practiced, if I remember correctly, he's well versed in martial arts, maybe even in some of the lightsaber fighting techniques. So I would love to see that. Like I said, they're gonna get the right actor. So if they'll do it, good. I'm starting to have a little bit more faith in Star Wars decisions because Vision's like something I definitely want to see. And I wasn't mad at the Bad Batch. It started off slow, was really slow, but it picked up in the middle and the end and wasn't terrible. So I know they have the capacity to do something good. So to me, bringing Thrawn and Ezra only makes sense because it would be a continuation of how Rebels ended. So I'm not going to say I'm excited, but I'm very interested in seeing if they'll do that. So my answer to the question is yes, I'm interested if Thrawn and Ezra show up on Ahsoka's show.
All right. Here we'll go, and I will share this really quick here. Hold on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I don't like this source per se because it's CBR, but as of July 27th of this year, Ahsoka Rosario Dawson confirms Ezra and Thrawn casting reports. Rosario Dawson confirms that Mina Masood and Lars Mikkelsen are set to portray Ezra and Thrawn respectively on the Ahsoka Disney Plus series. So if this is a direct quote from her, we will have to go with saying that they're casted. Now, again, I'm with you, Danny. I don't absolutely know that for sure. But yeah, just show you what I found. Like I said, I'm not a big CBR fan, but it's there. So, all right,
Yeah.
Enzo, 3 minutes, go.
Personally, I'm kind of, I guess, on Danny's side. They do it, it'll be interesting to see, but I'm not going to be jumping for joy or excited to be honest with you. I wasn't really a big fan of Ezra in Rebels. I didn't think he was such a great character. The second or the last season that they had, I barely remember the stuff that happened to it. So Thrawn was pretty cool to me, like the way he looked and, you know, his attitude and stuff in the series. So that would be interesting to see. But again, at the end of the day, if you do the characters correctly, get some good actors in there, I'm pretty sure they can pull it off. And again, if they do it, it makes complete sense to what happened in the story, as like Danny said. You know what I mean? It would continuation to what's going on. I believe in The Mandalorian, she might have been looking for information for Ezra Miller. I can't really remember, but I remember her asking something or getting some information or asking the chick, we need to talk, right? So there was a reason why she wanted to talk to the chick, and they could actually tie that into her trying to find out where Ezra is. I almost said Ezra Miller. But yeah, so for me, I definitely think it would be interesting to see. With Star Wars, they got so many stories that they can explore and so much things that they can do. You just got to do it right. That's my only issue, man. I don't want to watch this Ahsoka series, and I don't want it to really be like Mandalorian, where every episode is like a side quest. I want something a little bit more different. So one of the reasons why I'm worried about the Book of Boba Fett too, because as Danny said, Bad Batch did start off slow, picked up towards the end. I really only liked the last 2 episodes, to be honest with you. The other episodes were okay, but the last 2 were fire. But to me, even in that series, it seemed like there was a lot of side quest missions in that story, and it seems like that's the kind of thing that Star Wars is doing with their series. And I'm tired of the side quest. You know, I'm tired of feeling like everything is a side quest. So I want them to do something a little bit different for Book of Boba and something a little bit different for Ahsoka, and then I'll be on board. But as for seeing these characters in there, sure, why not? You know, people have been calling for Bane. Let's get Bane in one of these series as well. Do something with him. Bring in as much characters from the lore or even EU and explore them, bring them into canon. I'll definitely be okay with that. But at the end of the day, you got to make these stories good. And that's going to be the issue. As long as the stories are good, you can bring in anybody into the Star Wars. I'll be down for it.
Okay, that's good. I'm more interested in Thrawn. I know a little bit more about Thrawn than Ezra, because Ezra was Rebels and a little bit of Clone Wars, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, and I haven't seen all that yet. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll be, you know, I do want to take time here at some point to go back and watch that stuff. But for me, that's a little difficult to catch up. I got to find, like, I got some time coming off that I have off here a little bit down the line. So hopefully those times I'll be able to. But Thrawn is my big one to see. And as long as they find somebody that can fit that character on screen, which, you know, the blue skin, that's not difficult to do. But his demeanor, the way he acted.
Right.
I've heard people talk a little bit on both sides that they didn't like Thrawn in Rebels, that he isn't like he is in the book series, whatever. There is a certain way that Thrawn's got to be. And if they nail it, And much to your point, Enzo, if there isn't side missions, listen, if you do 8 episodes in Ahsoka season 1, and all she's doing is going from place to place looking for Thrawn, and maybe Ezra comes in at some point and jumps on board, that's fine. I'm not saying that there can't be something for her to do there wherever she goes, but it can't be she's sent there. I don't want to see her sent someplace so she has to get information. Let her go someplace, get the information, maybe help out there, but not in the side mission. I want to just keep moving forward. I want to be, she went there looking for information, and while she was there, she saw a need to help something or somebody and do it, but not because she's trying to get information.
Right.
Hey, this is why I'm here, and I'm going to help you out with this, but I want to know about this. That's fine. But like the whole Sid thing in Bad Batch, I don't want it where they're going there and then they're sent off to do something, and here, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. No, I don't want that. I want, if she's there and there's something to help with, fine. She is, I guess, a Jedi Light. She just kind of, she's a Force user. So, she does still have compassion. So I think that there's a bit of that can play into it. But
absolutely,
Thrawn should not be in the first season with her. Now, on cutscenes, sure, I am fine with a cutscene. But I'm going to be interested to see how they do it, because in the part where she's in from The Mandalorian, then Thrawn is no longer going to be part of the Empire. Or if he is, he's going to be like the Grand Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon is kind of in charge of some of the remaining Empire forces. I think that's how Thrawn would be. He'd kind of have his own mercenary group. So it's going to be interesting how they portray Thrawn outside of the reaches of the Empire. So that kind of intrigues me too. What's going on, Darius and PJ? How you guys doing? Very good to see you guys here. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so 3 minutes. Let's talk about this really quick. Like I said, for me, Ezra's not the big thing. Although Ezra's got a lot of interesting things that he's involved in too.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of his character, though. I just for some reason, especially in the first season, I think they grew him up a little bit later on, which was okay. But I just never vibed with the character. So
that's the formula that Dave Filoni uses for kid characters. When they first come on, you don't like them. I don't know why he does that. But when Ezra gets older, he's more likable because then he's more mature. He's more stronger in the Force. So I don't know why Filoni uses that particular formula, but he does that with all his kid characters.
Yeah, he did it with Omega too.
Yep.
I didn't like Omega at first, and I know a lot of people didn't like her at first. But then she became.
We like Ahsoka.
Right.
Now she's a favorite. So that's his formula.
Right. And for me personally, like I said, I mean, do it right. Bring them in. No problem. I just would be more interested in Thrawn because even I've always gravitated more to the bad guys. I like cool bad guys and stuff like that. Darth Maul, Darth Vader. So put in Thrawn there, make him menacing. Hey, man, I'm down for it. 100%.
I don't mind the side quest. I know you and Chris don't like it, but I don't care if it's a side quest and they're sending Ahsoka there. And as long as it's badass lightsaber fight like we saw in The Mandalorian, if it's anything like that, I'll take it. Well,
I don't mind side quests per se. There's always a side quest feel to an episode. But it still has to keep you on track. There are many times in The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch and a lot of these shows that it seems like, okay, nobody's thinking about what the major thing is. If she's someplace and she's got something to help out with, that's a side quest. She sees it, oh, I'm going to help you out. but she's there for a reason. She's there, and she in every episode she needs to make sure that it's mentioned. I'm looking for Thrawn. Knows somebody there that's in hiding or something, and she helps a small village out. And then she goes and she rings up somebody by their neck and says, "Tell me where the hell he's at." Something like that. That's what I'm talking about. Is we need to make very apparent that her whole focus is on Thrawn, and not literally leave it unspoken about the whole damn episode. And too often,
I get what you're saying, but like this second season of Mandalorian, a lot of side quests were very good. Case in point, Ahsoka. That was a side quest. That famous comedian, I can't think of his name, but that was a side. That was a very good episode. And of course, the last episode, Skywalker. About saying it was probably the highest score ratings of the show, of the whole series. Not mainly because of the Mandalorian participation, but because of Luke Skywalker showing. But a lot of the side quest missions on this particular series were very good. So I personally don't have a problem with the side quest theory or the side quest combo philosophy story writing, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a problem with it as long as the episodes are entertaining.
Well, all right, yeah, okay. There's a part of that I understand, but okay, let's think of this like let's go with the Mandalorian. Grogu, Baby Yoda, is a football, and we're going to talk about Mandalorian as if it's a football game. The football is the main thing. Both teams want the football, and they want to use the football to score. The whole point of the Mandalorian was he got this Baby Yoda thing, and he was trying to get it someplace it needed to go. When you go a whole episode, and what you do is you're like, Baby Yoda, go to this person, bye, I'm going to go here. That is totally pointless. That kid, everything should be about that kid. The final episode with Luke Skywalker was great, but it also completed that whole thing. We finally got to see him hand the baby over to the place he was supposed to go. That's my problem, is we cannot let go of this theory, hand it off to the mechanic, go find something and come back, pick it up and walk and drop and fly away like we did anything to do with that child, which the whole thing was about. Which is why I don't even understand where the Mandalorian's going to go now, because they don't even have the child. I have no clue, because to me, the Mandalorian is a secondary character. It should have been called the Baby Yoda show. I mean,
for real.
But I hear what you're saying, but my example I'm going to use is my favorite football team is known for passing. But for whatever reason, this year they run more. As long as they win in games, I don't care.
Yeah, but it's like leaving the football out in the parking lot and playing the game without the football. That's what I'm talking about.
You see, for me,
I don't see it that way, but we can.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
For me, I'll say this before we move on: is just if they're going to do side quests, okay, fine. But to me, it felt like every second episode or half of the series 1 and 2 was a side quest. That's a little bit too much for me. You know, 1 or 2 in a season when you got 8 episodes, 1 or 2 side quests, I'm okay with it. But when you have fucking 8 episodes and you have 4 side quests, I'm just like, okay, like you're not progressing the series or the main story of the series, and that was my issue with it.
But I'm kind of peeling back the layer.
Yeah.
Quests are good, I can give it a pass. If the side quests are sorry and sucky, then I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay. All right. Last topic. Let's see what we get.
Let's get some sports up in this motherfucker.
I'm hoping.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, keep going. Yeah, all right, there we go. I've been leaving this up there because I was like, I want this one. All right. Tiger Woods has been seen already putting weight on his injured leg, and this is probably about a month ago that I saw the picture first. He has been quoted as saying his rehab is more painful than anything I've ever experienced. He appears determined to make a comeback. Will he succeed?
Ooh, I'll go first on this one.
All right, we'll get that in the chat, and then we will bring up the timer. 3 minutes. Enzo, go.
All right. So first, I gotta just check something real quick. He's 45 years old. Okay. So the injury that he has is going to be extremely long and hard to heal. Can he get back on the golf course? Absolutely. But he hasn't been Tiger Woods since for years. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
he's not.
he
Yeah, go ahead.
won. He won. I don't know if it was a major, but he won a couple tournaments here right before, like the year before this happened.
He
Like,
got the injury, right? Right.
yeah,
But
yeah. But
he
I'm
won
just
a couple.
saying.
No, you're right. He won a couple because I do remember that. But he was winning all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like he was winning all the time. Every time some sort of majors came up, winner was Tiger Woods. Winner was Tiger Woods. So you could tell that, you know, Father Time, man, that's what happens. It's undefeated. No matter what you want to say, it's undefeated. Can you extend it? Absolutely. But sooner or later, you're going to hit that brick wall to where the point that you just can't go anymore, you know? So he's doing all this training, all this rehab on his leg. It's taking a toll on his body as well. We can't ignore that, right? Especially when he's saying it's the most painful thing that he's ever experienced. Take on a 45-year-old body, that takes a toll on it, man. And I remember I was at the barbershop one time and I just turned 40, and the guys in the barbershop were like, "Oh, when you turn 40, your eyesight's gonna go bad and shit." And I was like, I'm 40, my eyesight's pretty good. He put something far away and he's like, "Read that." And I read it. It was okay, you're good. 2 years later, I can't read the fucking little fucking writing on a fucking pack of rice. You know what I mean? And the first time I looked at that rice and I said, "What the fuck? When did they start making this fucking direction so small?" So Father Time catches up on you. It hands down does. And that's what's going to happen to Tiger Woods. Will he be able to get back on the golf course? Absolutely. He has a lot of skill. Will he be able to win a few? Maybe. But he'll never be the same Tiger Woods that he was in his prime. And who knows what's going to happen or how long this injury is going to take place, because sooner or later there's going to be a young buck that comes in just like he was, that's going to practically dominate the sport. Maybe not beat all of his records or anything, but they're going to be able to dominate. You're younger, you're stronger, you're faster, right? So he's made his money, he made his mark, he's a legend in the game. He's 45 years old. Pack it up, walk away from the game, because you know you have a legacy that probably no one will ever be able to touch. So I'm just like, give it up, retire.
Yeah. So 3 days ago it was released. That says where things stand with. I got a couple things I want to talk about before I get to you, Danny. So hold on just a second here. It states basically that he has not been on the golf course at all. Yes, he has been putting weight on his legs. But there's still a very long road to recovery. He has not been back to his South Florida restaurant. Says this has been an entirely different animal. Would said about this. He says, "I understand more of the rehab processes because of my past injuries, but this is more painful than anything I've ever experienced." So it's still just he's in rehab, but even more amazing is the fact that I just looked up and he is still ranked in the world rankings. Do you want to take a guess at where he's currently at?
3?
No, nowhere near that. But
oh, really?
About one.
No, 222nd. Now, understand though, he is the last tournament that I see that he placed. Well, in the Masters, last Masters he was in 2020 in November. He played, and he placed 38th. He tied for 38th, which is there's probably about 40 people that tied for 38th. But I mean, I'm thinking about this. The last tournament he was probably in was that one, and because he's at the age now that he picks and chooses which ones he does because he's automatically got exemptions and all that stuff and whatever. Long story with golf, but 222nd for basically not playing for pretty much a year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just nuts. I mean, that just tells you who Tiger Woods is. I mean, so, okay, Danny, will he make a comeback? Go.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Enzo because of several reasons. One reason is he doesn't have anything else to do. He doesn't have another job like we do. He doesn't have any other hobbies. His main job and focus is rehabbing and reclaiming, maybe not his superiority in it, but claiming that he can make a comeback. That's what America has been built on for years, especially in sports. People beating the odds and coming back and doing it. I think anybody can do it. We can do it. Here in this class, there's a saying that they said motivation ain't shit. It's if anybody that's driven, because motivation comes and goes. But if a person is truly driven, whatever obstacle they have in front of them, they will destroy. So if Tiger Woods is truly driven, he will find a way to come back. And what's good about golf is not like football or basketball. They have what they call a seniors um, category. So he may not be on the regular pro circuit, but he can go to the seniors, and I'm quite sure he can dominate. They still play at a high level, just not at the pace and schedule of a person that's playing on the regular PGA golf tour. They go to the senior circuit, and he can dominate that. I think he has the money, the means, and if he is driven, I think that he can make a comeback. Because he has a skill set, he has a focus that not many people have. And like I said, it's not like basketball or football where you have to be physically at your best to do it. It's not that demanding. It does take a lot of backs, which we know he's has chronic back issues. But I think if he rests his body, he does the rehab, focus on that, don't do nothing stupid, get his mind right, he might come back and make a run. I'm not saying he can sustain that run, but he can play good enough. If he's 220 and not playing now, if he's playing, I guarantee he can crack 175 easy in the seniors. Maybe not for the young bucks, like Enzo said, but in the senior category, I think he can definitely dominate that. Because I remember Arnold Palmer and the Golden Bear, what's his name, Jack? Can't think of
Nicholas.
Jack Nicholas, the Shark from Australia. Greg Norman.
Yeah.
Those cats are still tearing it up in their 40s and 50s. So maybe not like he used to be, but I think he can go into the senior category and run it. At least for a year.
I don't know if senior master or senior majors count towards your majors or not, or I know that a lot of the seniors to a certain extent will still play the major tournaments to try to win. He's only like 2 away from Arnold Palmer. I think it's Arnold Palmer that has the most majors ever, or Jack Nicholas, one of the two, and that's what he really wants. So my thing is, for Danny, I'm going to bring up a player, Alex Smith. This guy, they said they almost amputated one of his legs, considered amputating the other one. This guy could have been double amputee, and he came and walked back on a field, and not only walked back on a field, didn't play horribly. Now, if he had more time to rehab himself, like Tiger is taking, and golf tournaments, again, these guys who are like Tiger now, they pick and choose the ones they come into because they're able to do that because of what they've done before. This guy doesn't have to fly around all over the globe to make a living or to make sure he can play in the major tournaments. This guy gets exemptions left and right. I mean, he's won majors before, so these things build up your ability to play around when you play. This is all he's about. This is it. He has this obsession with getting the most majors of any player ever. And it's still in his head. I guarantee it right now. This guy may never drive a day in his life again. This guy may never do anything else except get chauffeured around, flown out to places, drive a motorized cart around. But if he can still step foot on a golf on a course and get on there, and now the thing about the PGA is you cannot use motorized vehicles, so he would have to walk a whole course. But if that's the only walking he ever does, and the rest of it is rehab and workout, This guy will do it. Right now he's asking his doctors, I just want to get on the course. You tell me what I got to do it, and that's what I want. This guy will get back in, and I won't bet, but I will say the chances of him winning a tournament, not a major necessarily, but winning a tournament, and then just like Danny said, going to the seniors tournaments, I will say he will win one more, at least. This guy, I mean, literally, this is his obsession. He's done nothing but play golf since he was like 5 years old. And this is all his life has ever been. Is that sad? Is it sad? I think it's sad. I mean, okay, this is like Michael Jackson all over again, just in a different sense. This guy's never had to live what you or I would consider a normal day of his life, for better or for worse. We think, oh wow, look at this. He's got all these women who love him, or have loved him in the past. This guy's got all this money. He does whatever the hell he wants. But come on, this is all this guy does. He lives, eats, breathes, shits, pisses, golf. He's going to come back. I don't know what that comeback's going to look like, but he will be back. That's all he does. I mean, what's going on, Bert? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I know you're not, Yvette. I know you're not going to stop. All right, 3 minutes, guys. We'll talk about this together.
Yeah, I want to get back. Good comeback story.
Listen, this guy did it once before. He cheated on his wife. Everybody hated him, and then he came back and he won the Masters again, I think.
No, we ain't gonna bring all
this
that.
Guy,
Let's keep it positive.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is this okay? Like Kobe, people, guys.
No,
sports.
Don't you say it.
I'm not. Oh no! Stop! I'm not going to say anything about Kobe. What I'm going to state is that people love to build, especially sports players, up to tear them down to see them come back up again. That I literally, when I used to do my sports talk show on the radio, I talked about this time and time again. That if you are at the top of your game, the only thing that people want to do is tear you down. LeBron James is going to be next.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to say something about LeBron.
Somebody's tearing down Brady all the time. I don't know who it is.
Listen.
Yeah, I know some people that do that shit too, Danny.
No, I'm just saying. No, listen, no. Brady's a good candidate for that to happen too. And I'm just saying in general, the United States and most of the sports loving world, even in soccer does it all the time. They hate people, they love people. You go from Cleveland to LA, they hate you because, well, you were our star. I mean, they tore down a statue from what I heard. Is that true? Of LeBron James?
I'm agreeing with what you said.
I know you are, but that's what I'm saying. This is another chance for him to climb up on top and be the hero to everybody. Look at what I was able to do. I mean, think about Alex Smith. A lot of people, Alex Smith had the comeback player of the year, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Because the second he stepped onto the field to play a live game. Wow.
How old was he?
Time. He's in his 40s. He's like 40, 44, 40, somewhere right around my age. The first time that Tiger steps back on that course and drives a ball 300-400 yards, whatever he drives, even if it's 50, 60 yards shorter than he ever did, people will love it.
Absolutely. You're right.
So that's up here in his head. He knows that. And he wants that. He wants to hear the roars. He wants to put on that red shirt again on Sunday. This is what this guy lives for.
Alex Smith is 37.
Oops. Don't hurt me, Alex.
Go ahead. It's like you said, man. I mean, or like Danny said, it's possible that he can do certain things and get to a certain level. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? He can still win some. I'm just saying, at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I understand. Let me ask you this.
He'll never
Would-
be the old Tiger Woods, but I think he could go to
Oh God, no.
the seniors bracket, and I think he could dominate. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm saying coming back like he used to be. I don't think we'll ever see that. But going to the seniors and beating their ass, I think he could do that.
If he can get back on the course, he's going to probably give it 2 years if he can get back on the course, and he'll only play the majors to get his majors if he can. For about 2 years, I give it, and then I think he goes to the senior tournament and says, "I'm done," and sits there and collects the easy money because he's younger than the rest of them and he's just as good as the rest of them. It's going to be tough though because I mean, scar tissue, all that too. I mean, I really don't know if he'll ever be able to do it. But a lot of those older guys played for up into 80, and they weren't the most nimble people.
I think he'll do it because medicine has come so far. And
That's
I think
true.
I read somewhere that LeBron James spends like $1 million in his nutrition and fitness every year. And this sucker being like hyperbolic chambers and all this other kind of crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I guarantee you they're doing that.
So
they're doing that,
and all that stuff. That terrific Tom stuff. Them guys, they tapping into something. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm sure those 3 guys probably rub elbows and telling secrets and stuff. So I think he'll do that.
If I'm Tiger Woods, the first person I call is Tom Brady. That guy is on a diet that has kept him going. And I say all sorts of things about Tom Brady. I know I do, but I cannot deny the fact that the guy's still on the field, still getting hit, and he still gets up and he still plays. And he's 44. He's 43. He's right about my age.
That sucker don't eat no sugar. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
That blows my
mind. I know. No sugar, no bread. I mean, dude, if I'm Tiger Woods, I talk to Tom Brady about lean myself up, build my muscle. I ask him all his secrets because this guy's
no fucking muscle. All he does is dad bod shit, but I be talking to him.
Well, but
James David, hey bro, how much the hyperbolic chamber cost? I keep one of those in my house.
Well, trust me, he's got money. I mean, I don't know where he's at now, but I mean, I'm sure he's been smart with his money. I mean, he doesn't seem like the person who's done stupid money moves now. His relationship skills are shit, and he's obviously not a very good driver. Too soon. Sorry. I'm pulling for the guy. I mean, everybody, that first tournament he comes out on, it's going to have the highest ratings of any other tournament ever.
I won't watch it, but I'll be pulling for him.
Yeah. And then, Dandelion says, I hope he's successful. People like big comeback stories. It'll generate tons of money. Yes, because this guy's a TV movie waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Or hell, maybe a real movie. I don't know. There's money behind this. Shit. Everything that's happened to him.
Venus is Serena got her own movie. I'm sure Tiger being one.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, eventually. All right, guys. Great topics, great talks. We're right up against that hour mark. And let's go around one more time. Let you guys talk about yourselves and what you're up to. Enzo, start with you again. Go right ahead. Tell everybody about yourself.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Just want to say OOC coming up next. Make sure to check that out. Other than that, man, it was a great show. Glad to be here. It was fun. Good topics today.
Yeah, awesome. Great. Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat. Glad to be on the show. Like to echo what Enzo said, man. Topics were fantastic. Had a good time. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time is my show. Get a conversation. Please tune in. Please tune in Sunday to Enzo's show. It's gonna be at 8:30. Is that correct, Enzo?
Yeah, 8:30.
What if?
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to get a question about it today because I really enjoyed that, but I won't get more into it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. This episode was really, really good. So tune in Sunday with us at 8:30. We can discuss that. And thanks again, Chris. The show was fantastic.
No problem. I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. Please check that out. Please, if you guys are watching, go over to Twitch and check me out over there too. Trying to get to affiliate. Need 50 followers. I haven't checked it today, but if you guys can help me out, I greatly appreciate it. Going after that, I think it's 70 for the next step, but whatever. Guys, make sure you tune over to Biggaford Entertainment next, the OOC. It's always a fire show. Great topics, real topics. Not that these weren't real topics, but like deep topics, man. You guys go for what? You guys go for 2-3 hours sometimes, don't you?
Try to keep it to 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, but really great stuff over there, guys. So make sure you go over there next. Right now, we're getting off, and he's going to be going over there. So, guys, thank you very much for another great show, and peace.